Chinese local wineries and designers are getting more confident to promote their brands and their label designs with many Chinese elements in them to differentiate their brands. The presentation consists of two parts. The first part, we will explore some most critical aspects of Chinese traditional elements together, such as colors, symbols, and Chinese calligraphy. The second part of the presentation is some examples of some Chinese local wine brands, how they applied the Chinese elements into their label design. First aspect, color, very obvious, visual. Many studies, scholars' studies have explored the effect of colors on consumers' feelings, psychological responses, perceptions, attitudes, and in the end, most importantly, choice behavior. Colors can serve as an effective tool in creating and sustaining brand and corporate images in the minds of the consumers if they are used wisely and properly in different cultural contexts. Because colors express different meanings in different cultures. Despite globalization and more similarities between the West and the East nowadays, there is always difference. The color of red, this color is not only easy to attract attention. In the Chinese cultural context, red means luck, happiness, which is a perfect color in line with the purpose of above-mentioned on-premise wine consumption. But when consumers already decided to buy a Chinese local wine, they welcome a label design which shows a lot of Chinese cultural symbols they are familiar with. Their perception of the wine will be heavily guided and influenced by proper use of these symbols and also quality of expression of these cultural values. The next aspect is Chinese calligraphy. It's also called brush calligraphy or brush handwriting. In Chinese, the pronunciation is 书法. 书法 is regarded as the most abstract form of art in Chinese culture, and it's a very important Chinese heritage. It's also seen as the most revealing of one's personality. Today, I'm not going to talk too much detail about Chinese calligraphy and the criteria how to judge the quality of calligraphy. There are so many books about it, and you can find many articles on Google too. What I would like to highlight today is calligraphy has some set styles. For example, Li Shu, very old style, emerged over 2,000 years ago. Then later, Li Shu evolved to Kai Shu. The picture of the good calligraphy in the center of this slide, this is Kai Shu. Of course, there are some other styles. The one on the left is very unique, called the Cao Shu. I will show you an example of Li Shu, which is an older style, in the following slide. Because the set styles are very well known for thousands of years, personal alterations to these set styles is possible. We're going to be careful. It needs to be based on the common styles. From the appearance of the writing, even ordinary Chinese people can tell what's good and what's bad. When I was a kid, I learned and practiced the Chinese calligraphy when I was at school. I tried very hard, and I know how hard it is to draw these beautiful lines. Of course, when I write English calligraphy is hard as well. The one on the right, this is so-called bad handwriting or ugly handwriting. I need to clarify this picture, this handwriting is not mine. In the following slides, I will show you some examples of Chinese local wine brands to demonstrate how the Chinese elements are used in the label design. But please note, it's not a label design competition. The demonstration is not to convince you which design is perfect, excellent, or which element is most valuable. The slides will just show you some Chinese elements in label design, which have been adopted by some designers for commercial brands. This is a traditional brand, a very reputable local wine brand in China. They have a range of red wine positioned for festival gifts, like a spring festival and some other festivals. There are three price levels, you can see three grades. Colors are used to reflect the price level. Interestingly, golden color is not used for highest grade, but red. Golden is medium and gray or silver is seen as basic. The middle section uh, is a compelling story in the flower frame. If you can see, it's the same story across three grades. This story explains a connection between the Chinese philosophy and the wine making process. So people who buy this wine understand why this wine is a suitable gift for the people they respect. This brand is called Xingtian. Direct translation in English is heart and farmland. The first word, Xing, is heart. The second is farmland. Its actual meaning in Chinese context is a person's good intention. This style, calligraphy style, is kaishu, with some minor modification was used for these two words to show the winery owners sincere and a good intention in the winemaking process and hope the wine can bring some good luck and success to the consumers. And that is why a magpie, a lucky bird, was added in the design, as magpie is a very common symbol for luck. The red part down the bottom is the year of the wine. It looks like a stamp. Black ink for Chinese calligraphy and the red for stamp is a traditional combination for traditional Chinese artwork. This winery is Changyu. Changyu is one of the largest winery in China. They have their own wine theme park. They build their own castles and chateaus. It's a very interesting place to visit. The picture on the left is a label design for one of its limited editions. Only one color. You can see there's only one color. Purple is used. The background is in old days, we're talking about hundreds, even 1,000 years ago. Purple, this color, can only be used by ministers. Only ministers, high rank government officials, can wear purple gowns. Middle and low rank government officials can't use this color. Forbidden. The four words on the label, four words. These four words are from a famous story about the Lao Tzu, who is a founder of Taoism, which is a Chinese native religion. The calligraphy style is Li Shu. I explained before, very old style. And this is the style used at the time when the story was written in the history book. Another interesting element is the sequence of these words. It's actually upside down. So because the pronunciation of upside down or reverse in Chinese is the same as arrival. So this design means purple air or mist, which represents luck or superpower, has arrived. So this label might look very simple, but the storytelling part is excellent and effective. This brand is called Xige, and Xige Winery is another big Chinese winery. The winery was named after a famous mountain in that region called the Pigeon Mountain. The label design consists of two parts, one picture of a pigeon and the brand name in calligraphy, as you can see. The picture of the pigeon is from the painting of one of the best artists in the Chinese history, who was also the emperor ruling the country for 25 years in Song Dynasty, which is about 1,000 years ago. The choice of this emperor's painting is not to position this wine as a very premium, high, pricey wine. In fact, it's not pricey. The choice of this painting is simply because it is the most well-known and the best painting of pigeon in the Chinese history. And a lot of people know that. So this brand, you can see there's a carp on the label. Carp is another symbol of luck and prosperity. You can find a use of carp as a symbol in many Chinese stuff. The perception of Chinese consumers that when they see carp, they won't correlate the fish to food or taste or smell. The people only see carp as a symbol of prosperity. The designers borrowed the picture of a carp from the famous ancient painting. The name of this wine is also interesting. It's Ming line. Ming means getting drunk by enjoying wine. Lan means big waves and currents. So putting these two words together means big expansion of joy, more joy from drinking wine. So a very simple combination of one cup and two words sends a key message to consumers. It is this: have joy and have more joy by drinking, and then you get prosperity. So this brand is called Ganlu. Ganlu Winery is located near a mountain called Helan in the west of China. The location of this winery, when Chinese people hear this location, they would quickly correlate this location to a famous poem, which is known by all Chinese, because all Chinese students studied this poem at the school, including myself. That poem is about two close friends drinking alcohol together before leaving home and heading west in spring. The storytelling part includes some elements such as you can see these visual elements such as willow, spring, wine, and the friendship. Willow is in the picture. Swallow is seen as a spring bird, and a spring normally is a start, the beginning, the preparation for future prosperity. So the brand owner that wants to tell people that this wine is good for friendship and also has a meaning of prosperity. So a quick wrap up. The presentation has covered three aspects of Chinese cultural elements, or codes, if you like, such as colors, symbols, and calligraphy. The use of these elements need to be very, very accurate, and the quality of expression of Chinese culture is critical. Then we together have explored 6 examples of wine brands using Chinese elements in their label design. If you recall, we have seen use of red, purple, lucky birds, lucky fish, and some connections with the history and artists.